Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you about my beauty maintenance schedule. That is right. There is a schedule to these things. They don't just happen. So if you're new here, you may not know that my name is Nicole and I've been on a little bit of a level up journey. I recently took the Secrets of the Elite Woman course from Anna Bay, School of Affluence, and I have since then been trying to hold myself accountable to carrying myself and conducting myself in a certain way. Now, one of the things that Anna says is the transformation never stops, and I couldn't agree more, but I also think that you can't just sit back and be lackadaisical about how you are going to actually improve certain areas of your life. And I've been someone who I've held myself accountable in regards to business, but not necessarily on this journey. And I think because the thing is that you can take a program, you can take a course, but everybody comes into that course in a different place and at different deficits and different advantages. So, it's great that I have that knowledge, but I really have to sit back and say, okay, how am I going to hold myself accountable to maintaining this standard? Because I see it as something important. You might not, but I definitely do. So with that, I want to talk to you about my beauty maintenance schedule. So first things first, I want to talk about my eyelash extensions because yes, I do get eyelash extensions. I'm going to zoom in so you can see them. So I get hybrid lashes. So it's just a mix between Russian volume and singular lash extensions. And the reason I go for that is because I want it to look like I have mascara on, but I don't want it to look too false, too unnatural. I'm really liking a really natural look. Because I'm filming today, this is quite a bit of makeup than I'm used to wearing on my day-to-day, but I really want to be looking as natural as possible. So with saying that, I go and I get my lashes done once every 3 weeks. I have done a video before showing you where I go to get my eyelashes done. I go and I get them done with a lady named Egla. She's so lovely and she owns a studio here in Bristol called Queen Lashista, and she truly is the queen of lashes. She can do absolutely anything and I've never had lashes last as long as hers. So that is how often I get my eyelashes done. Now, let's talk about facials because I do have acne prone skin. I can show you here, I had a spot come out here and 2 spots come out there. So I have to go for facials quite often. Now, I have to be honest with you. Last week, I had 3 facial treatments. Probably a little bit of overkill. But I do have a business where I do social media management for beauty businesses. So I do get a few perks of having clients that are in the trade, and I am able to get facials quite often. Now, on this channel, I have shared my pH formula journey with you all with Rob from Dermaguru. And this past weekend, we did a meal peel or a Mela peel where it was helping with the hyperpigmentation that I have from any type of acne scarring. And then we also did another treatment called NCTF, where it's almost like Profilo, but not Profilo, where he just does small little papules under the skin of hyaluronic acid or something like hyaluronic acid, and that is just supposed to bring so much moisture back to the face. So we did it under my eye, we did it in my laugh line here, and I think we did it around the brow here. I'm probably inserting footage somewhere around where you can see what that looked like. It looks a little bit intense, but I promise you it was not at all. Now, I spoke to you about a resurfacing treatment. I spoke to you about somewhat of an injectable treatment, but that isn't the most recent facial I went for. I did recently just have something called a quintessential facial, which is one of my clients, Quinn Clinics, that has just opened up in Harvey Nichols here in Bristol. And the quintessential facial is actually exclusive to Harvey Nichols and you can't get it anywhere else. And it's a mixture between Hydrofacial, which I love, and a facial called Sublime, which uses radio frequency to tighten and lift everything. And you do need a few treatments for you to see the long effects of it. However, I definitely feel that things are tightened and a little bit more lifted through my face. So facials are typically once a month, but it might range from a resurfacing treatment to maybe extractions, things like that. Now let's talk about fingernails, manicures. So I go for a manicure every 3 weeks. I just went this week, and as you may be able to see, I went for French on my fingers. I actually have never gone for just a gel manicure with French. I used to get French back in the day, but with the acrylic tips, which was totally not elegant at all. But I am loving this. I can't believe it took me so long. It's just so fresh, so neutral, but so polished. I absolutely love it. Now, as I mentioned, I go for a manicure every 3 weeks, and I do have a client that is a nail studio, so I am able to go in there complimentary, but depending on where you are in the world, you definitely can get affordable manicures, especially if you're in the States. But if you're not in the States, you definitely can do something like this at home. I choose to not do it at home just because I have an opportunity where I can get it done quite often. However, if I didn't, I definitely would just be using regular nail polish and choosing, you know, the most neutral shade or the most leveled up shade for my skin tone from there. Now, let's talk about feet because I let my feet go way too long just this last few weeks. So one of my clients, as I mentioned, has a nail studio, and they are so booked since reopening back in April. And I didn't pre-book my appointment, so my feet were in a state. And I do have a few devices around the home, but sometimes you just want to treat yourself and get a pedicure. So I get my nails done every 3 weeks, as I've previously mentioned, but my pedicures I have scheduled in for every 6 weeks. Now here's a tip. If you don't schedule these things in, they probably won't happen. So make sure that you go to your appointments with your calendar so you can book these things in advance so you don't let them slide. Now, the second last thing that I want to talk to you about is massage, because if you've seen one of my previous videos recently, you may have heard me saying how I was losing my newfound elegance and things were slipping. And one of the things that has been making me slip is stress and too high of a workload. Now, one of the things that I'm trying to combat that with is getting massage. And I have specifically been getting Brazilian lymphatic massage. So my massage therapist, Carla, she uses the Renata França technique, and she does a lymphatic drainage on my entire body. We have been doing it during my ovulation window to help with fertility. However, we are going to be switching up that approach in the weeks to come, and we are going to be doing it once a week for the next few months. So I will keep you all informed with that and how I get on with that. Now, the last thing that I want to speak to you all about is hair. Now, I recently colored my hair extensions black at the roots so they would blend a little bit more, and I've trimmed them, and they're basically the length of my natural hair now. However, my hair just looks way thicker with them in, and that was essentially what I was going for. I wasn't necessarily after the length, I was more so after the thickness because my hair is so fine. I truly do believe that having thick but mid-length hair just looks so chic. For example, look at the Royals. Whatever your opinion is on them, look at just them aesthetically. They typically have like mid-length hair, and it is just kept a certain way, and I've noticed that that is usually a very classy way and a timeless way to keep your hair. I don't believe that the older you get, you shouldn't have long hair, but I want to look my age, I want to look chic, and I want to look put together. And I think before, how I had it was just the tiniest bit too long. I truly only cut off about that much, but I feel like it's made the world of difference. Now, if you have fine hair like myself, you may want to consider extensions if you're looking for a more leveled up, elegant look, but don't feel to hold yourself to the same standards that I choose to hold myself to. Anyways, my friends, that is it for my beauty maintenance routine. I am about to add a few more things into my little toolkit of treatments that I've been getting. I am booked in to get lip blushing, and then I need to do a touch-up on my brows for my microblading. And who knows what is next. I would love to hear what beauty treatment you can't live without in the comment section down below, and I hope you have taken a second to consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.